Hello world, Dave here. So, as probably the only guy that I know that posts videos that I know or aware of that posts videos to YouTube about video games and happens to be a regular Linux user, I of course jumped at the chance to sign up for the Steam for Linux beta. Of course, I know for a fact that I'm not the most proficient Linux guy out there. My command line foo is relatively weak, let's just say. Yet surprisingly, Valve thought that what I put down in my volunteer application for the beta access was enough to get me in for what seems like the second wave of beta invites. So yeah, today on December 8th, as the day I am recording this, is the day that I really got to dig deep into Steam for Linux, albeit I was invited a couple days before and actually did get to fool around with it before then. But I digress. How about we actually just show you show you the client? I mean, I don't spend much time in the client on my on this computer when I'm booted into Windows, to be honest. I buy all my games through my normal web browser instead of using this Steam browser, and same with the Steam community. I don't bother too much with that. You know, so this is probably something that I won't be overly that I won't use too much, but to be honest, it is not a nice. It is nice that I actually do have this option here. That said, so I kind of wanted to bring that up because, well, I figured, like most people, you really only care about the games, right? And I will say this: the games run about as well as they do on my computer on my computer when I'm booted into Windows. So it's like I can tell. I can't find any difference in performance whatsoever between these two. It's literally just, I can't tell. It's like, I have the same stuttering TF2 when I go to check my inventory. That's like, but actual gameplay is smooth as butter. It's like, it's that kind of thing. Like, the Trine 2 is perfectly fine. And Steam Cloud is still working as advertised. It's making sure everything's synced up perfectly. So that said, I do the games aren't problematic, albeit Steam community stuff, like screenshots, seems to have issues, some slight issues, I'll say. But that's just the thing that's going to happen, though. But I mean, other than that, I will say that. What was I going to say next? I lost my train of thought. Oh, right now, I remember now. There are several bugs, but then again, this is a beta, so bugs are to be expected. I think the most obvious one right here is, well, I have made a whole category of games that aren't supposed to be in the Linux beta, yet show up in my Linux games list anyway. And if I try to run one of them, I just get a missing executable message, and if I try to install one of them, we'll try Braid. Yeah, they give you a big they give you the usual installation message, but there's no text about how much space this will take up and how much will be left over. And if you click through, well, it'll just install. It'll seem like it installs instantly, but of course, missing executable. So yeah, that's an interesting way. That's a little strange, but you know, you make do with what you're given. I'm happy with what I'm given. I mean, there are some weird bugs with text. I mean, let's see if sometimes they're hard to reproduce though. So it's like I've seen them happen more often than not, but it's like I can't type in beta or yeah, there we go. Or here we go. It's pretty much, yeah, anything with the A key will just delete all text. It seems like the control key is like permanently pressed down or something like that. Yeah, it's just the control key being kind of, I don't know, the control key seems to be sticky for some weird reason. That seems to be what I've hammered down the problem being. Whatever. That's it, and other than that, it is literally the same client from Windows, and that's kind of cool. I guess it's nice to be consistent, but at the same time, though, if like I go over to my favorite music player here, Clementine, and it's like that, there's features that are available to Ubuntu, and Valve is specifically targeting Ubuntu among all the Linux distros. Yeah, it's like there are features that Ubuntu offers for programs that Steam just isn't taking advantage of, since there's just at a straight port here. I mean, it's like I could literally just hit the Alt key and then just type in all glory to the Hypnotoad, and yeah, I get the Hypnotoad playing it out of Clementine. You probably don't need that, though. But yeah, it's just, and you know, I'd like that. I'd also like it if it used the native Ubuntu notifications, but I guess, you know, I'm fine with what it is. I'm fine with, I'm just happy that Steam is actually available for Linux. I'm happy that I can actually play Team Fortress 2 on my Linux computer. And I'll say this one thing, I normally boot into Linux so that way I could be more productive, get all my videos edited, do schoolwork, all that good stuff. I'm becoming a lot less productive now. I mean, mostly because I hadn't played Trine 2 after picking it up in a Steam sale, but I've definitely lost a lot of hours today. So yeah, that's Steam for Linux, and I am very, very happy that it is a thing that is happening, and I cannot wait for the beta to be complete, and for the beta to wrap up and have, well, that's probably a long way off, though, to be honest, judging by the quality of this. And although it's hard to really tell with Valve betas, it's like Google, they put a thing into beta just because they're unsure if they put out a finished product and market it as beta because they're not sure if it's going to work. Valve betas, there are actually betas. As far, I mean, Big Picture Mode had some issues as far as I've seen. Like the library stuff had some issues. There were issues with libraries in the Linux version for a bit until like the most recent patch, but I'm glad that got fixed. It's just, yeah, I'm happy this is a thing, and I'm happy that I can, I don't know, if Windows 8 turns out to be the most horrible thing ever, I'm happy that Ubuntu is always there and will have my games for me. Well, most of the games I care about anyway, since, you know, it feels like I mostly buy indie games these days. Well, but yeah, I'm Dave, and that's what I've been, and I'm Dave, and, you know, I just thought I wanted to share this with you. Take care, everybody.